There's something weird going on with BC assessment and the city of Vancouver. Remember, late last year, the series of reports I did on a land swap deal entered into by the city of Vancouver and a local property developer known as Brenhill Properties. Well, you can click down here to see my last report on the city's deafening silence regarding my questions surrounding the deal. In essence, the city appears to have accepted an assessment reduction from BC Assessment that took the value of the property in downtown Vancouver's Yaletown community from an assessed value of $59,507,500 on July 1st, 2014, all the way down to $9,485,500 on July 1st, 2015. Well, it's now the first week of a new year, and property owners across the province are receiving their 2017 property assessment notices. So I decided to take a peek at the new valuation for the property in question. And well, brace yourselves, folks. It's now valued at a whopping $130,024,800. So in a short 2-year window from July 1, 2014 to July 1, 2016, the property was assessed at $59 million, dropped to $9 million, sold to a developer, and now reassessed at over $130 million. Look, I'm not going to deny that there's been a spike in property values here this year in the Lower Mainland, but in the case of this property, there does appear to be an intentional dropping of the property value so a developer can get a good deal on the land. But the question still remains, why? Why would the city agree to a reduction in the land that they were about to sell? Well, at this point, it's still unclear, but BC Assessment would have had to have a reasoning during the appeal process, yet they won't disclose that to me. I can only assume from the documents and reports on this deal that I have read that BC Assessment did the original drop in land value because they had made an assumption that the property was not going to be redeveloped, which is completely ridiculous if you know the community and the neighborhood. I mentioned earlier that the city has been mostly silent towards me and my questions on this deal. However, they did respond to one of my questions regarding the report provided to the city by Ernst & Young that stated that there were third-party groups like Burgess Colley Sullivan and Rennie Marketing Systems that contributed and consulted on some of the report. But the city insists that they have no invoices for that work, stating that they were hired by Ernst & Young simply to inform them on their report. But when you look at the report, and this is just what I think, it looks to me as though they did more than simply inform them. It looks to me that they actually wrote portions of the report. On page 17, Ernst & Young mentions the third-party resources and roles, including the aforementioned Rennie Marketing and Burgess Colley Sullivan. And so what I see in this report looks to have been done in a large part by these third-party groups. Yet the city says no invoices. But I'll tell you what. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to find out the truth about this deal, even if that means appealing some of the obstruction given to me by the city and BC Assessment with the Office of the Information and Privacy Commissioner. I'm going to do it because after further research, this is far from the only example of bizarre and dramatic property reductions in BC by BC Assessment. And most of those were done ahead of redevelopment efforts. And I will be bringing you those stories here in 2017 as well. For the Rebel.media, I'm Christopher Wilson. Thanks so much for watching. It's a new year in 2017 and you don't want to miss a single Rebel video, so click subscribe on that YouTube channel. And if you really like what we're doing, well, help us out. $8 a month, it'll get you premium content that you just can't find on that YouTube channel.